Alright, so some of the best times to wear warm and cozy fragrances are when it's cold outside, so typically autumn or fall and winter seasons. But you know, I like to wear these fragrances at night, sometimes as bed scents, but I just really love the warm and coziness of these kind of warm notes, vanillic notes and musks and things like that. So today I thought I'd do a video of warm, cozy fragrances, perfect to wear when it's cold outside, all under $100. So this is a video of fragrances that are unisex or feminine, women's targeted releases. So if you want to find out what they are, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian, and yes, today I'm talking about warm and cozy fragrances, delicious gourmands or musks, you know, all these kind of fragrances that typically feature either musks or vanillas and syrupy kind of ambers and, you know, anything that's warm, milky kind of notes and fragrances. There's some spices in these fragrances, but all of them are very, very warm and cozy. A lot of them are very, very syrupy. Lots of gourmands here. Milk is also featured in some of the fragrances. Some of them have flowers and things like that, but they're all very, very cozy, and you can pick them up for fairly inexpensively. And when you need to put on that coziness, the relaxing kind of, you know, soothing kind of an experience with fragrances, these are perfect to pull for when you need that. So anyway, I'll let you know what they are, but before I do, if this is your first time tuning into the channel and you still haven't subscribed, please do click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so that you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. So how many of you enjoy wearing the cozy fragrances like vanillas, musks, and things like that? Let me know what your favorites are before I get started with the list. But I'm going to go ahead and get started with the list and start off with one of my favorite inexpensive musks. This is from the house of KIEHL'S. It's Original Musk. This is a unisex option. Sells for about 50 ml, $44, but you know, last winter they had a great sale on their website and things were like 25–30% off. So this goes down to a lot less expensive. So it's a unisex fragrance. It's also very, very musky. So musky and floral. So we're starting off with this particular fragrance which doesn't really feature a lot of vanillic, syrupy kind of ambery touches, but the experience is very, very musky, and it does smell like a very, very authentic musk with loads of flowers thrown in, light woody touches as well. It does feature musk, orange blossom, Ylang-Ylang, lily, neroli, patchouli, bergamot, but a very, very cozy wear. I find musks to be very, very cozy, and I think this is a great way to start this list. It's number 15, a great price for this one. And you know, I feel like, even though I'm not a big fan of oils and things like that, there are oils of this, and I feel like the oil might be even cozier. I personally like to spray, but some of you might like the oils. Check that out as well. But either way, Original Musk at number 15 from the house of KIEHL'S. Now this fragrance I recently featured also in a budget video, but this is from the house of Youp. This is Le Ban. This is a feminine, woman targeted release. But guess what? It reminds me of What We Do in Paris is Secret from the house of A Lab on Fire. So if you're looking to buy that fragrance and you feel like it's out of your reach, like it's not within your budget, this is a great alternative. I find What We Do in Paris is Secret a lot more luxurious smelling, but this one actually can totally do it for you if you can't afford the other. It's 75 ml for about $25, so very, very inexpensive, and I feel like it's very, very cozy, and it features tonka, vanilla, amber, musk, sandalwood, aldehydes, jasmine, patchouli, orange blossom. It's a yummy fragrance, and I think what does it for me here, that gives me that reminder of the What We Do in Paris is Secret, is the tonka beans and vanilla, because that features those two notes. But you know, that fragrance also has this kind of fruity lychee like note, which this one doesn't have. So again, it's not identical, but again, it's actually a great alternative if you're looking to replace that one as you can't afford it. So check this one out. Very, very cozy with the tonka and vanilla amber together. There's of course musk in this one as well, as I said, and the sandalwood adds this kind of milky creaminess to the experience. So it's a very, very cozy experience. So Youp Le Ban, this is number 14, and you can get that for about $25. Very, very inexpensive. This next fragrance is from the house of Christian Siriano. This is Midnight Silhouette right here. Once again, a feminine targeted release, currently for 100 ml, 55 bucks. I should mention most of these prices are on FragranceNet. This is not a FragranceNet sponsored video. What I do is I type in the name of the fragrance into Google, and whichever retailer comes up with the cheapest price or the least expensive price is what I do. And also, I've explained this in videos in the past, when you do a search in Google, it's going to give you the lowest price on FragranceNet. If you go directly to FragranceNet, it's not going to give you the lowest price. Always search for the fragrance on Google, you'll get the 35% off. If you go directly to FragranceNet, it's going to give you 25% off. And as I said, this is not a FragranceNet sponsored video. I will have a few other fragrances in here, or several other fragrances that you'll have to go outside of FragranceNet. But this is currently selling for $55 on FragranceNet. It's for women, and I have a full review of this one on the channel. So it features pralines, candied musk, immortelle, vetiver, red salt, bitter orange, pomelo. And even though it's targeted feminine or women's targeted release, I feel like it's totally unisex. You know, you can totally pull it off if you're a guy, but it is a kind of a feminine bottle. It's kind of made to look like a woman's big long dress. But you know, I really like this one because it's kind of chocolate praline-y, but also kind of brown sugar caramelly as well. You've got that immortelle note in here, so it's kind of dry, a little grassy, but it kind of creates this kind of like brown sugar or maybe like caramelized sugary kind of experience. And against that the pomelo and the praline in here, it's a very, very delicious experience. It's a gourmand fragrance, but again, it settles to vetiver and kind of more citrusy kind of an experience. Well, it starts off citrusy, but it settles to kind of a musky vetiver kind of an experience, so it doesn't make it ultra feminine. So check that out, Midnight Silhouette from Christian Siriano. I quite like that one. But here we have a very, very inexpensive fragrance. This is from Al Rehab. This is Choco Musk. It's unisex, 50 ml, currently around $13. Very, very cozy. And as I was saying in another video recently, I've given this to a lot of friends who are not necessarily into, you know, buying the very most expensive fragrances, but they like a good smelling fragrance, or in this case a great smelling fragrance, and some of them are really into gourmand, so they really, really do love this particular fragrance. But this one is, again, 50 ml for about $13, very, very inexpensive. It features vanilla, dark chocolate, white musk, cinnamon, spicy notes, sandalwood, amber, myrrh, and rose. To me, it's mostly very vanillic and syrupy, ambery. Dark chocolate comes in, but doesn't really act very dark chocolatey. I feel like it's a little more of a milk chocolate experience. It's not very distinct, because I find dark chocolate versus milk chocolate, dark chocolate stands out a little more for me. So I don't get a lot of dark chocolatiness, but it's there. There is a little bit of a chocolatey touch and some light spices and cinnamon and things like that. It's actually quite nice, and it's very, very inexpensive, and it doesn't smell that cheap either. So it's a great value, I think. So Al Rehab's Choco Musk, definitely a great fragrance at number 12. This next fragrance also is inexpensive, but now I should mention Al Rehab, you'll probably go to Amazon or another retailer, not FragranceNet. This next one's probably you're going to go to Lucky Scent to buy, because it's 45 bucks for a 50 ml. This is Serendipity 3 Serendipitous. I don't know if you guys know this one. It's a very vanillic, caramelly, lightly chocolatey, orangey kind of an experience. Very, very yummy, very, very cozy. As I said, all these fragrances are very, very soothing and cozy and relaxing. They're perfect bed scents, or also perfect for any day when it's really, really cold outside. You just want that cozy, relaxed kind of a feeling, and kind of like you know, comforting. You know, when you think about comfort food, you kind of get relaxed and, you know, you're comforted by it. This is kind of the same kind of a deal, but in perfume form. But a yummy, yummy fragrance. If you like fragrances like Spirituous Double Vanille, things like that, this is the kind of fragrance you would look for. But it's not as necessarily as boozy as Spirituous Double Vanille, but if you take away the booze from Spirituous Double Vanille, you kind of get a fragrance like this. It's very, very delicious. So Serendipity 3 Serendipitous. Again, this one's not at FragranceNet. You'll have to go to Lucky Scent for that one. But this next one is from FragranceNet. Currently selling for 100 ml, 26 bucks. At number 10, it's Frank Olivier Oud Vanille. Oud Vanille is very, very delicious. It's ranked a little low because it does have a very prominent oud note, So I ranked it low, but I think it's very, very high quality, and it's a great price. 100 ml, 26 bucks. It's a great, great price. And it features vanilla, woodsy notes, incense, rose, patchouli, oud, caramel, spices, raspberry, and musk. You know, there's that fragrance, the Perry Ellis Oud and Vanilla fragrance, and I forgot the name of it. Kind of reminds me of that, so it's kind of in that same ballpark. It's lots of oud or woody oud note contrasted with a very syrupy, ambery, a vanilla note in here. Delicious fragrance, definitely worth it for 26 bucks. I think it's a great value. And if you think of the idea of wearing fragrances at night, you think, oh, my fragrance is too expensive to put on at night, then, you know, these inexpensive fragrances are going to be perfect. You won't have to worry about, okay, I'm wasting all my fragrance and wearing it at night, not around people where I want them to smell me, kind of the thing. So this is a unisex offering. Serendipitous is for women. Al Rehab was also unisex, so this is Frank Olivier Oud Vanille at number 10. So up next, going to the house of KIEHL'S. This is Black Sugar, this one right here. I've been speaking a lot about this one, and I quite like this one. It's, you know, when you wear it, you kind of have that experience of sugar crystals, you know, very, very fine, granulated kind of sugar experience. It really has that experience. I don't know if it's a subconscious thing because it's called black sugar, but just imagine opening up a packet of brown sugar, putting it in your coffee or tea, and you're experiencing it when you're mixing it. That's the kind of experience I get with this one. But this KIEHL'S is a Greek skincare house or brand, and they have all these 50 ml fragrances for 48 bucks, but they occasionally do 25% off, and also sometimes they do 30% off. So once you get those deals, I think they're really, really totally worth it. I mean, they're pretty good, nice price for 48 bucks for 50 ml, but those deals are even better. And this is kind of similar in that line of kind of spirituous double vanille style of vanilla fragrance, but it has brown sugar, vanilla, caramel, violet, and Asian lily. So there's a little bit of a floral touch in here, but it's mostly about the brown sugar, vanilla, and caramel together for a very, very cozy, syrupy, vanillic experience that's really, really delicious. Again, if you don't know this house, you'll have to go directly to this website to buy them, but I would go there, sign up for their email list, and they'll email you with the discounts. And when they do, when it's 30% off, I'm sure coming very, very soon with Black Friday for Thanksgiving, after Thanksgiving, they'll have a 30% off sale. And I think at that time, I would go, you know, and buy some of these fragrances. Anyway, this is KIEHL'S Black Sugar, a great cozy, comforting fragrance with vanillic, sugary touches. So the next fragrance I'm talking about is from the house of Comptoir Sud Pacifique. This is Vanille Cafe. So this one, fragrance that had a few of these fragrances, this brand's fragrances. This particular one was not on their website, but I did see it at walmart.com. 100 ml for 55 bucks currently. It is targeted for women. Again, it's a vanilla and coffee-like smell, so you've got the coffee and vanilla combo. So you'd be the judge. If you're a man and it says it's for women, would you wear it, kind of a thing? I feel like it's a very, very unisex fragrance. It's vanilla and coffee. But again, it's a great value for 100 ml 55, although the fragrance brand itself, their fragrances are $85 for 100 ml suggested retail. So you're saving about $30 here. So if you can't find it for that price, I'm assuming you can find it at some retailer that sells it for that regular price, the suggested retail price. And if they have a discount, you can take advantage of it at that time. But this one features vanilla, coffee, almonds, benzoin, cedar, musk. It's a great, delicious fragrance. It's a little bit of invigorating with the coffee, kind of a caffeine-like boost in there. I don't know, the smell of coffee kind of wakes me up, and there is a little bit of that in here. But vanilla, on the other hand, is a very cozy, relaxing, comforting experience. So in the end, you've got kind of like a wake me up and a relaxing, soothing kind of an experience with this particular fragrance. So Comptoir Sud Pacifique Vanille Cafe at number 8. Wonderful, wonderful fragrance. This next fragrance, I'm actually really you know, shocked at how great it is for the price. This is from the house of Derek Lam, 10 Crosby. They put these out at Nordstrom a long time ago, and in fact, I think they also had them at Sephora for a while. And these were selling for really, really expensive. But now you can get a 50 ml for about 20 bucks on Fragrance Net. This one is at Fragrance Net. I bought my bottle from Marshall's. I had a Marshall's haul recently for about 15 bucks. So very, very inexpensive, 50 ml. And it's basically gooey, sandalwood, and vanilla together for kind of a milky, lactonic, vanillic, and lightly medicinal touches in there as well. And I think that sandalwood in here comes off a little medicinal. Reminds me of a Bond No. 9 fragrance that I used to like a long time ago. And I don't speak about that brand anymore on this channel, but it's a very, very yummy experience because you've got this kind of milkiness from the sandalwood. And again, it's lightly medicinal. You got to watch out for that one. Yeah, I mean, if you don't like it kind of medicinal smelling, don't get this one. But it is so inexpensive, and I like that whole contrast of this milkiness and woodiness with syrupy, vanillic touches. So great value, great price. And I think there's actually a larger size bottle for around $60, which is actually even a lot better value, I think. But either way, check that out. This is 10 Crosby. No, this is Something Wild from Derek Lam, 10 Crosby. Any of you know that brand? I don't know what happened. I don't even know who Derek Lam is. I think he might be a fashion designer from what I think, but I'm not 100% sure. So the next one I'm talking about, and actually at number 6 through number 1, these are all really close, like the fragrances. They're so good, and I had to kind of make a decision and put these here. But number 5, let me see where it is. Number 5, going to the house of Yves Rocher. This is Sable Fauve, this one right here. So I've spoken a lot about this house, and again, this one is another fragrance you can sign up. Go to their website and sign up for their discounts, because these sell for suggested retail $85, but they generally do 50% off, 40% off sales on their fragrances, and it's a great value, especially for these fragrances that I'm talking about today. Sable Fauve is unisex. Currently 100 ml, 85. Sign up for the discount code. But it's benzoin, tonka beans, and labdanum. It's a very delicious experience. It's cozy, it's comforting, it's gourmandish, a little nutty, a little tobacco-ish, but resinous and balsamic and ambery. Very delicious fragrance. Definitely highly recommended. This is Yves Rocher Sable Fauve. Do you know this house? Let me know. Put a comment down. Alright, at number 5, going to the house of Lalique. This is Lalique Le Parfum, this one right here. A fragrance created by master perfumer Dominique Ropian. This is a women's targeted or feminine targeted release. Currently you can buy a tester on a fragrance net for around $33, but the actual physical full package bottle is about $40. It's a great value, 100 ml, eau de parfum, very yummy, delicious, gourmandish, vanillic, syrupy experience, so it's very cozy and comforting, but it has vanilla, tonka beans, sandalwood, heliotrope, West Indian bay, almonds, jasmine, pink pepper, for a very delicious and intoxicating vanillic, syrupy experience. Very cozy, warm and gooey, just the kind of fragrance you need for the cold days to kind of comfort you in the house or when you're walking out and about in the cold. So Lalique Le Parfum at number 5. Check that out if you don't know it. At number 4, going to the house of Imaginary Authors, and this is A Whiff of a Waffle Cone. Do you know this particular fragrance? This actually happens to be a fragrance that Imaginary Authors created for an ice cream store in the Portland, Oregon area. And the other great thing about this particular fragrance is it's only $65 in comparison to other Imaginary Authors fragrances, which are $95. So I think it's a great value for something from this house. It's also gourmand and delicious and cozy and comforting, very soothing and relaxing kind of an experience. And again, smell of things that are very comforting. Ice cream and the waffle cone and caramel, all that together, it's delicious. So this is unisex, 50 ml, $65, vanilla, heavy cream, salted caramel, amorous, Oregon, Saigon cinnamon. So there is a little bit of a spiciness there. There is some saltiness. I find like there's a saltiness, but it's not overwhelming. It just has this kind of caramelly, kind of gooey, vanillic, kind of a creamy consistency that I really think is very cozy. So Imaginary Authors, A Whiff of a Waffle Cone, very delicious fragrance from that house. In fact, I think it's become a favorite of mine. If I do a top 5, that would definitely be up there. And as I said, it's a great value in comparison to their other fragrances, which retail For $95, that one sells for $65. So it's a great value. All right, at number 3, going to the house of Comptoir Sud Pacifique once again, and this is Amour de Cacao. So, you know, at one time this was probably lower, but now I've kind of circled back to it and I'm really enjoying this particular fragrance. And it does really, really smell great. And I was recently wearing it and I thought, wow, the chocolate in here is really, really yummy. And I had a challenging time for a long time with chocolate in fragrances. I don't know why. A lot of it smelled kind of fake and artificial or something. Not maybe even synthetic, but I just didn't care for it. But I've really come full circle with chocolate fragrances within the last 3 to 4 years. Really enjoyed it. And this one's really, really relaxing. Once again, it's for women, and again, it's unisex. I feel like it's very unisex. It smells like other chocolatey fragrances that are unisex, so you have to be the judge. And don't say it's targeted for women. I'm definitely not going to wear it, you know. Don't do that. And if you like the way it smells, wear it. But it is currently selling at FragranceNet. This one was at FragranceNet for 100 ml $64. But as I said, the suggested retail on these fragrances are $85. So if you can't find it at the discounters, you can always figure out a discount somewhere at the retailers that are selling it for suggested retail price, because there's a lot of discounts out there. Just look out for them. But cacao bean, vanilla bean, orange zest is what you get with this one. Very powdery, very kind of almondy as well, lightly almondy in there, but mostly it's very, very chocolatey with that vanilla together to make for kind of like, if you've ever baked with chocolate and you're whipping it up and you add vanilla kind of a thing, it's all runny, kind of gooey, kind of, you know, like batter. That's exactly what the experience is with this one. It's very, very yummy. So, Comptoir Sud Pacifique Amour de Cacao, number 3. And we're going to Yves Rocher once again. And again, sign up for their email list and wait for the Black Friday sale. I'm sure these people are going to have a Black Friday sale and these will be discounted. But this one called Cuir de Nuit, a unisex fragrance once again, suggested retail is 100 ml for $85, but you can get it down to under $50 for this sometimes. Totally worth it. I mean, even for 100 ml it's worth it, but even with that discount code it's even more worth it. But this one to me is lots of vanilla, cacao, pink pepper, and coffee, but to me it's kind of like that take on that spirituous double vanille minus the booziness, although there is a little bit of a lightly booziness in here, but you also have some spice from the pink pepper, a little coffee, and a little bit of chocolate or cacao touches in here as well. But the star of the show is vanilla, and the name of the fragrance doesn't make sense too much to me. Isn't queer leather? That's what I thought. But anyway, whatever. It still smells really, really great. It's very cozy. It's very comforting, and I absolutely love the way vanilla smells. And if you've baked with vanilla, you know what I'm talking about. It's absolutely delicious. So, number 2, Yves Rocher. And it's Cuir de Nuit. And the last but not least, going to a full retail suggested retail price fragrance that you can buy from Lucky Scent or directly off of this brand's website, as they do ship in the USA. This is number 1. It's a Divine Vanille Essential Parfums. Really, really a delicious, spicy, a little tobacco-ish vanilla fragrance that's really, really to die for. To me, it does remind me a little bit of Herod in a different direction, more vanilla, less tobacco. And it's also created by the same perfumer that created Herod. So it could be a great alternative, less expensive alternative for Parfums de Marly's Herod. But it's vanilla, tonka beans, benzoin, incense, patchouli, cinnamon, pomerose for a very, very yummy experience. I find this to be kind of a little more sophisticated because it's not necessarily full-on gourmand, but still it has very, very coziness, very, very comforting qualities, and I feel like it's perfect to wear when it's really, really cool or cold outside. Just kind of relaxes you with that kind of coziness that I experience from vanilla. And of course, it's got the tonka beans in here as well, plus that vanillic benzoin resin note. And it's to die for. Either way, Essential Parfums Divine Vanille for a very, very delicious vanilla experience at number 1. All these fragrances are great fragrances, all under $100. Always look for promotions and deals. I try and get the most deals out of all these fragrances. I have to, otherwise I'd go broke as much as as much fragrance that I buy. But either way, let me know what your thoughts are on these fragrances. Which fragrances would you add to this list? for under $100. Give me under $100. Give me under $75. Give me under, $50. Let me know. Put some comments down so I can find out. Either way, guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please do list below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the Essential Parfums is unisex. Thank you. I do have one more fragrance for you guys. This is a feminine or women's targeted release, but that I find really, really, truly gorgeous. And I just recently featured it in my Alberto Moria's video from over the weekend. This is Lanvin's Oxygene, this one right here, the woman's Oxygene. There's a milk lactonic note in here, which actually is a perfect cozy, comforting note, you know. We drink a lot of milk. I drink it in my coffee, so I think it's a very, very coziness. And even though I'm obsessed with coffee and I drink it, it gives me that caffeine boost. The milk in it for my cappuccinos has a very cozy, comforting quality. And there's a lot of milkiness in here, but it's milk with gardenia, black pepper, sandalwood, iris, bergamot, and rose. So it's a different kind of a gourmand. It's not necessarily a gourmand. It's more milk with woods and gardenia has a milky creaminess to begin with. So the combination of the milk, the gardenia, and the sandalwood with that kind of like sharp black pepper contrasted in it, a little powdery touch from the iris and light citruses from the bergamot and a little rosiness. I think it's a perfect fragrance. It still smells great today. It is for women. It is 75 ml for but 25 bucks. Totally, totally worth it. I think you'll be satisfied with this particular fragrance. It still smells great today, and I love the combination of milk, gardenias, and sandalwood together. Anyway, this is Oxygene from the House of Lanvin. Check it out. And that price I quoted you is at FragranceNet. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.